Welcome to the Pre-Bronze course. My name's Eric Grimsley and I'm currently the chair of the Training and Assessment Panel of the Bailiwick of Guernsey Guild of Guides. Let me tell you about this first section of the Pre-Bronze Distance Learning course. 1. How the Tour Guides Guild was formed and how the training was developed. An introduction to tour guiding and what was expected of a guide. Information about the pre-bronze course and the reason why we run it this way. Before the 1990s, individuals were acting as tour guides with no training or any support. Like-minded guides, with the help of then the Guernsey Tourist Board and the support of the Guernsey College of Further Education, put together courses and divided them into 3 sections: bronze, silver and gold levels. Each course was then tested by a written paper and a practical tour given by each participant. At each level, the tour duration was longer. These trained guides then formed themselves into small groups, offering the guides third-party insurance at a cheaper rate than the price of an individual could obtain. In 2010, the tour guide training was run out of steam and the Guernsey College of Further Education wanted to make it a formal, nationally recognised course. Visit Guernsey, the new name for the Guernsey Tourist Board, wanted to see the tour guides form an association, which led to Paul Lepelle and I calling all the current guides together, and we suggested forming a Guild of Tour Guides, which in March 2011 the BGGAG was formed, with Annette Henry being the chairperson for the executive committee, and Paul and I heading up a formal training department, both of us being formerly teachers. Paul and I met with Visit Guernsey and with the Guernsey College of Further Education. We chose not to follow the national course of Blue Guides because it required knowledge of the UK which would never be used locally, and its costs we felt rather high. We opted instead, based on the previous courses, in basic content, but we used learning objectives from the national education bodies. We kept the 3 levels, bronze, silver and gold, and launched a bronze course followed by a silver course, because the number of tour guides had dwindled. Over the last 9 years, the 2 levels of training, bronze and silver, have developed. We have found that participants were dropping out between bronze and silver levels. We realised that participants were paying for a full course and finding it was not for them, because either they did not have the skills or found remembering the facts difficult. This led to us splitting the bronze course into 2 parts: an introduction to tour guiding and the historical development of the island over 5 one-hour lectures. This is now followed by a shorter bronze course developing present and presentation and research skills. So you want to be a tour guide? The first question: are you passionate about your island? Can you tell a story and make it interesting? Are you prepared to research and find out to increase your knowledge? Have you an interest in the island history, wildlife, or wildflowers? You do not have to be an expert in everything, but some guides specialise in some areas to offer tours in depth. For instance, Second World War, interpreting what happened on the island. A good all-round knowledge as a guide is required, and you find the same questions coming up from time to time. How big is the island? How many people live on the island? What are the main jobs in the island? We have a list of common questions for you to answer later in this course. Sometimes guides are so familiar with the island they forget things that are different between the island and the UK. For instance, pound notes in circulation, no road tax, the limited number of wild animal species, no foxes. These are things that a guide should be aware of. To conclude, preparation, a sound knowledge, a friendly approach with good guiding skills make a successful guide. It is not just the slickness of the 2 or 3 hour presentation tour, but the preparation that goes on prior to the tour with the research and the trialling of the route and content. Our course is aimed to prepare you and give you these skills to deliver sound, interesting and memorable tours. Let's have a look at the pre-course content. In the 5 1-hour tours, we will cover the following: the bailiwick of Guernsey, interesting facts and figures; prehistory, merchants and traders; Second World War, just an overview of what happened in the island; and lastly, folklore. You will be assessed by a written test consisting of 30 multi-choice questions and 20 oral questions on the topics covered during the course. You will need to gain 60% pass mark to progress to the bronze course. Bronze course. The mark you receive from the pre-bronze course will form 30% of the overall assessment. If you are accepted to the bronze course, you will have a pre-course project entitled My Bailiwick, My Island. This requires you to produce as concisely as possible criteria using a variety of graphs, pie charts, and emphasis being a summary of the facts and figures. This task is worth 15% of the final mark. A fact sheet on an item given to you will carry 10%, and a list of local host good practice will make the final 5% of the academic section. The final 40% will be a 20-minute tour around a visitor place of interest, putting into practice the presentation skills learnt on this course. Let me tell you more about the Bailiwick of Guernsey Guild of Accredited Guides. We have 2 types of membership: associate members, bronze guides. The fee is £15 per year. Full members are silver and gold guides. The fee is £25 per year. What are the advantages of being a member? Well, the Guild provides a support network in the form of mentors, information via the website, and a closed Facebook page. Also, liability insurance for silver and gold guides. Also, professional development in the form of visits and digital information. First aid courses are designed specifically for tour guides, which is subsidised by the Guild. All silver and gold guides are assessed every 3 years at no cost. A frequently asked question is, can bronze guides take tours? The answer to this is yes, if you have a mentor, really an experienced silver or gold guide. Otherwise, they will have no third-party insurance. Being a bronze guide, You are only part way through the training and therefore cannot have all the required skills at this stage.